Sammy Israelite, Hebrew Jew Zionist, or Israeli, similar terms but not always the same. So to perfectly understand each of these terms, it is not enough to read on Wikipedia, but to have a historical and theological notion of one of the most controversial peoples in history, the Jewish people. So let's start chronologically. Let's start with the term Sammy, and for this, I would like to remind you of the biblical story of Noah's Ark. Yes, in that one where two kangaroos jumped from Australia to the Middle East to save themselves from the flood. According to Judeo-Christian tradition, the sons of Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth would repopulate the earth after the flood and disperse throughout the known world. From the descendants of Ham would come the Africans, from those of Japheth the Aryan race, and from those of Shem the population of the Middle East, hence the name Sammy, which today refers not only to the Jewish people, but also to the peoples of some Semitic language that would develop in the Middle East, so it would include the peoples who speak Hebrew, Arabian, Maltese, Amharic from Ethiopia, among others. Now, I imagine this has caused you confusion because you consider yourself anti-Semitic and think that because of this you only have hostility towards Jews. Well, the truth is that you are correct, since the term anti-Semitic is used exclusively for hostility towards Jews, even though you now know that Sammys are not only those you hate. Let's continue with the Hebrews, which is one of the Semitic peoples that originated in Uruguay, a city of ancient Mesopotamia, which is now Iraq. The great patriarch Abraham considered the first Hebrew would receive the divine message to receive the promised land of Canaan, current territory of Israel and Palestine, where he would seal the covenant between God and the Hebrew people through circumcision. Ouch, the cut had to be there. Abraham would have several sons, among whom Isaac would stand out, from whom the line of the Hebrew people would continue, and Ishmael from whom the Arab people would come, and this is where the great controversy comes in. Who is the firstborn who would inherit the title of the people chosen by God and who would receive the promised land? Yes, all of this happens because of this discussion. In conclusion, the term Hebrew is currently used to refer to the people descended from Abraham and Isaac, so the Semitic language is spoken in the state of Israel and Jewish communities around the world, and also serves as a liturgical language, is called Hebrew. For the term Israelite, let's continue with the other text from the Bible, the story of Jacob, son of Isaac, whom God would rename as Israel. Jacob had 12 sons, from whom the 12 tribes of Israel would come, who would populate the current territory of Israel, Palestine, and parts of Jordan's Syrian Arab Republic and Lebanon. These tribes would form kingdoms around the year 1030 BC, forming the ancient kingdom of Israel, under the command of the well-known kings Saul, David, and Solomon. From here comes the term Israelite, which were the inhabitants of this ancient kingdom. And if you read throughout the Bible, this term is used, and never the term Israeli. So currently it is not that there is any living Israelite, although the term can be used as a synonym for Hebrew in view that both peoples descend from Abraham. The term Jew, in addition to referring to a people as the terms already seen, also includes a religious and cultural connotation. That is, currently, Jews are both those who follow the teachings of the Torah and those who celebrate Hanukkah and Yom Kippur, regardless of whether they are Orthodox or not. There are even atheist Jews, but who still identify as part of the Jewish people. Now, if we talk about Judaism, if we refer to a religious term, it is the oldest monotheistic religion in the world, and that the Hebrew and Israeli peoples followed. Currently, that religion is still followed by about 14.3 million people worldwide. Returning to the term Jewish, as you may know, after the fall of the Kingdom of Israel, several diasporas occurred that caused the Jews to spread around the world. So not all current Jews are direct descendants of the ancient Hebrew or Israeli peoples. However, and now that we have already mentioned these three terms, they could still be used as synonyms today, even though they have different historical origins. Wow, I hope I didn't confuse you with this. With the term Zionism, we no longer refer to a people or a religion, but to a political movement coined by the Hungarian Jew Theodor Herzl in his book The Jewish State, in which he encouraged Jewish immigration to the Promised Land, that is, the current Israel, and which, as we see to date, has been successful since the creation of the State of Israel. Although extreme Zionism would not be satisfied with the current territory, but would want to extend over the ancient kingdom of Israel and gather the rest of the Jews in the world, which would imply expelling the Palestinians and taking some territories from Jordan, Lebanon, and Syrian Arab Republic. So, are all Jews Zionists? Well, the truth is that they are not. There are groups like Neturei Karta that reject any form of Zionism because they believe that Jews are forbidden to have their own state until the arrival of the Messiah, and they even advocate for the liberation of Palestine. So these messages are not for them, right? So if you're outraged by abuses against Palestinians, the correct term is not damn Jews, but damn Zionists. The last term, and I think the most confused, is Israeli, which is the demonym for the citizens of the current state of Israel created in 1948, that is, those who have the passport and nationality. That's why, I repeat, do not confuse Israeli with Israelite. As the current Israel is a secular state, not all Israelis are necessarily Jews, and as you see, there are considerable minorities of Muslims and Christians. Likewise, not everyone speaks Hebrew. A significant percentage also speaks Arabian. Do you see the importance of not confusing these terms? In conclusion, I hope I've been able to clarify some doubts with these terms, which, as I said a moment ago, can sometimes mean the same thing. The origins of each have historical and theological differences. If you liked this video, don't forget to support me with a like, leave your comment, and subscribe to my channel to stay updated with more content. Until next time.